This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Introduction. This paper will focus on the father-son relationships between the characters and the generation gap that appears between them in discussing the relevance representation. The paper aims to discuss the relationship structures between the pair regarding binary oppositions, complementary structures, and hierarchical and non-hierarchical structures that exist between them. Main body. The cultural theory of such a relationship, which is referred to as structuralism, has the concept of a binary opposition, which explains human knowledge and the number of phenomena that are constructed or can occur naturally. The relationship between father and son is binary opposition since it is composed of two parties. This binary opposition is a pair of opposites that is thought by a great many structuralists in a potent form and organizes human culture and thought. Some of these oppositions are common sense, for instance, cooked and raw. In most cases, such oppositions are used in creating a hierarchy. Just like in our daily lives when we are still children, we think our dads are ideal, thus, we are even used to idolizing them and assuming they can do anything. The hierarchical structure of the father and son relationship begins at the teen level when the son starts to experience a period of discord, and conflicts always appear between these two parties as they do not share any common interests. Typically, this places the father and the son at odds, and as a result, it leads to fear or resentment between them. This will depend on the intensity of the differences between them. The next thing that follows these issues is the attempt of consciousness to be different from each other, and things appear more competition in the stage of discord. Sons begin moving into the acceptance stage in their 30s towards the fathers. They start recognizing and understanding their father's strengths and weaknesses, trying to forgive mistakes, and spending time admiring their father's qualities. Such a situation is quite contrary to the previous stage, where the sons viewed such qualities as contemptible. This was happening during their earlier ages when they were used to seeing their fathers as persons who try to be all-knowing. At this particular stage, the son may start experiencing responsibilities and challenges, just like a father who has his son. Just like Wadsworth Charles once said, by the time a man realizes that maybe his father was right, he usually has a son who thinks he is wrong. The hierarchical relationship structure between father and son normally exists where directions and directives are given in a vertical order. The father is all-knowing and gives all the directives, and the son is supposed to observe the rules set by the father. The non-hierarchical relationship structure exists at the young adult stage, where the son begins to think on his own and make his own decisions. In various cases, this usually is not the case, mostly in the teenage, in which the sons usually reject the values, expectations, and directions that their fathers see and embrace. Instead, they adopt certain philosophies that are considered non-traditional in the eyes of the community. This is normally between the ages of 30 and 40 when they are nearing their father. This is a stage where they start accepting their father's differences with those of theirs, and at this particular time, they even become friends, start sharing various common interests, and begin expressing their opinions with no sign of any heated exchange. At this particular stage, the son may start experiencing responsibilities and challenges, just like a father who has his son. In a complementary structure kind of relationship, the two parties, father and son, share interests and responsibilities. This is where the father complements the son. Father has duties to attend to, and the son, on the other hand, complements by doing his part. In this relationship structure, a mutual agreement usually exists between the parties. Superiority is not observed in this structure, but responsibilities are shared where it is necessary to complement each other. Conclusion. In summary, it can be mentioned that the relationship between father and son is not ordinarily smooth. In most cases, it is a hard relationship as the son always feels pressed by the demands of the father concerning the guidelines that need to be observed. Some people have cited reasons why they think this kind of relationship existing between father and son is hard. They argue that the family is always brutal on fathers and the father is always forced to devote more time than the mother since the girls have the mother's instinct of just talk to him. This paper has focused on the father-son level of characters in a discussion on the relevance of representation. Did you like this father-son relationships, generation gap sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the free database of academic paper examples at ivypanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs, without even having to register.